everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back to Start My Stash, Stuff My Stash, whatever you want to call it. Today we're going to talk about paper clips. And in fact, the next 3 weeks we're going to talk about paper clips because there's so many things you can do with paper clips, and I'm not even touching the surface of the paper clips. So we're going to start with the very bottom basics, and you know, paper clips come in a bunch of different sizes. You can get the standard size that we 1 1/4. You can get these, which I think are about almost like 1 3/4, almost 2 inches, and even these, which are 4 inches. So I'm sure there's 3 inches. I don't have them, but everywhere in between. And then just fiber. These are all a bunch of scrap fibers that I have left over. So what I do for the most part is a lark's head knot, and basically that is the one we use for putting fiber in the tags. You stick it through the loop. You get your finger in there and pull the tail through. That's a lark's head knot. Don't ask me why they call it that. I will use probably just a little tack of this just to keep it from coming undone, because now it can slide off, but the main thing that you want to remember, and I'm going to use the larger one to show you, is you want to put your embellishment on the single loop here, not the double loop side, because you need the double loop side for attaching to whatever you're going to attach it to. And this is where you want your embellishment, whether it's on the side of a page or top of a page, the other side, or even the bottom if you put some dangly bits down there. So we're going to use the 1 1/4. In fact, this one's slightly smaller, even within this range. Let's see if I can find a different one. That these I don't like, and I want to say that those are from Target. They are coated, and I don't like the coating on them. So I'm looking for paper clips that don't have this coating. It doesn't help. My paper still gets ripped when I take the paper clip off, but let's just use all those. So, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Use whatever you want. So the first one I'm going to do and is this one. Now this is just like a 2-inch scrap. Let's use this one. And not even that. I like this one because it has the little ornate, but decide how long you want it and clip it off. Okay, now I don't mind if it has little scraggly bits. Sometimes if you don't want that, you can put just a little dab of glue there. But these will, depending on the ribbon, they can continue to, is it ravel? Unravel. Alright, so there again, we want this in the top of this, and I'm just going to bring this here, and then I am going to glue it together, and you can see how hard that is. And while I'm up here, I'll put a little extra to keep it from unraveling. Just like that. Just a little something extra to add texture. I'm going to cut off these little jiggies. Look like, what does Gail call them? Antlers? They look like little antenna. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there's one. It doesn't matter what fiber you use. That's going to work. I mean, it could be ribbon, it could be grosgrain, it could, I mean, it might not work with something like this. It might be something completely different, but rickrack would work. I'm going to just hang these you can see here I've done it with a larger one. So, but I have like 10 boxes of these small paper clips, so I'm trying to use those up. All right, so I'm going to put those there, and then we will go on to the next one. Now this one is just using a lark's head knot. Okay, and then I did like the way this was unraveling, so I kind of left it that way, maybe for a grungier type journal. So let's show you how to do that. Excuse me, I don't know. We've got fires, so I don't know if that's what my throat business is about or not. Okay, so I'm going to take this time I want to a little extra because I need to be able to loop it. So I will probably take like a 6-inch piece and trim it down. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I have to be able to get my finger through there. And then I will take another one of these, fold this in half, take the loop end. And remember, you don't want to go through the double side, you want to go through the single side. Open up that loop and pull your tails through. Now, some ribbons are going to be slick, and so it's going to want to get loose and come out. And so what I'll do in that case is I'll kind of open this a little bit and put just a dab right here. It already dried up. Just a dot there, if it comes out. Okay. And then when we put that back together, I put it on the wrong side, or I turned it around. What did I do? Where'd it go? Maybe it goes this way. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, the glue is dry by now anyway. It's just that little tiny dot on there. Put it in here. Put the tails through here and pull it. All right. Now, if it's loose a little bit, I'm going to pull this open a little bit. I should be able to get my tip in here and then squeeze it down. If anything came out, yes, I think it did. And then I'll just cut these off like that. Okay, so just a little bit different. If you want it to stay better, oops, a little bit too much. If you want it to stay better on the paper clip itself, you're going to want to put a little bit so that it's touching the paper clip. I'm hoping this one doesn't come out looking all nasty. You don't want the glue showing on there. Yeah, that's fine. A little tacky still, but it'll work. So you just set it aside to dry, and then, you know, in a few minutes you'll be able to wipe off all that excess glue. So let's stick that one on here as well. And you know, you can make it grungy or not. It's up to you. Like if you don't want these to unravel, you can touch a little bit of white glue and just kind of touch the tip. I wouldn't do it with Fabri-Tac. I've seen people do it, but for me it's sticky too much. Okay, now let's do this one. Now this is just a scrunchy ribbon, and mine are not as scrunchy as they once were, but we're going to use them anyway. So you know, all you have to do to make this scrunchy ribbon is wet it and scrunch it and let it dry in the scrunch, and it will dry wrinkly. Okay, now even that, doing it dry, it kind of made it wrinkly, but it can be pulled out as well if you don't want it wrinkly. So I'm going to do this the same way I did the last one. Put it through there. So I just want to remind you, this is part of the 31 Days of Ephemera hashtag. And I'm pulling that through. And this is also start or stuff my stash. So I don't feel like this needs any extra glue, but if you do, go for it. And I kind of like it just like that. And then we'll stick these here. So there's the one I just made, and here's the one on the bigger clip. You know, and the decision is yours if you want longer or shorter, if you want the small paper clip or the large paper clip. You know, it's completely up to you. Now this one is just a bow. And this was a little tricky for me, but I'll try it with you. My bow maker just came apart. Let's see. So I'll show you how I do the bow. Well, this is really dusty. And it's got ink all over it. I guess I need to run it through the dishwasher. Okay, so this is about a little bit more than 6 inches. Alexa, stop. You go under the whole thing so that this is over. And then this might not be long enough because I kind of need to, and then this goes over and through, and it's really short. Really short. If I can get it through there, it'll work. Okay. And then I'm just going to pull that tight and slide it off. I love this bow maker. If you have a bow maker and you don't know how to use it, just go on YouTube and look it up. It will be there. All right, so this one's a little bit different because we have to get it through this hole, and depending on the fiber, this can be tricky. So we want this to go, can't remember which way this hole goes, so and I just go through the ribbon and get that up there like that, fold that piece back down. You're gonna have to bend it in a little bit more than you think, but now it's up there, and now we want it to stay where we want it, so that's where a little dab of glue comes in, and just gluing that back side and then taking some off, and it should stay in that position. You could use this with a different kind of ribbon. You could do it with lace, with cord, all kinds of things will work, but there you go. So now we have our bow, and I'll put it here. Oh, I have it on the wrong side. There's what I'm talking about. We need to slide it around before we do that, before the glue gets all dry. Okay, it should be on that side. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's still tacky enough to get attached. It doesn't have to be super glued down. It just has to be resistant to slide. And then we'll put that on there. Our little ribbon. And here's the other one. I had a little bit longer tail. There we go. There are some basic paper clips for your junk journal. Hashtag start your stash, hashtag stuff your stash, hashtag 31 days of ephemera. I hope you guys are building a stash with this kind of stuff. It's fun to be able to just pull out a cover and start stuffing. And yeah, I'm building up my stash, so I hope you are as well. Remember, if you got an idea journal, put one in your idea journal. Oh, it's not coming right. Put one in your idea journal, and then put one in your stash. Or if you make 3, you know, same thing. Make sure you always include one in your idea journal. I have not done that, and I wish I had, because there's so many things that I've made over the years that I don't even remember making, and it would be nice to be able to go back to that. Yes, I have YouTube, but it's not the same. So anyway, I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.